Alrighty. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you? How you doing? What's going on in your little slice of the world? Okay. Let's. Let's get set up here for the day. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Ami. So how are we today? Well, I guess we shall wait for Peppermint until he comes in. Oh, good morning, Candy. How are ya? I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm here. Harry's gonna say good morning. It's the Harry Show. It's the Harry Show. We all get to look at Harry's butt. Hi, Harry. Hi, Kitty. What's going on, Candy? Oop, they almost saw your face. I almost saw your face. Oh, at the drain? Yeah, after a while, honey, those drains, they irritate the nerve and everything that they're up against. And all you can do is just power through it until, I'm sorry that you're in pain, but sometimes you just have to power through it until they can get that drain out. But that drain is so important. And they pull, yeah. I remember my mom had her knees done and they put a drain in her. She had the first knee done because they did one at a time. And she had the first one done and they put that drain in there. And my mother, in her infinite wisdom, pulled it out. And her leg swelled up like a balloon. So when she had the second one done, she didn't touch nothing. Alrighty. Hello, Francis. Yeah, my mother was like that. I remember they called me one time from the hospital. She was in the hospital. She had a heart attack. Um, they had to open a cardiac unit for her because the hospital policy was only so many patients per, like, their cardiac unit was like a flower. There was a main unit, and then there was like 5 cardiac units that went around it. So you had one nurse here who was a registered nurse, and they had a doctor who stayed in the main section, so that there was always a doctor within like 20 feet of a patient. And they had 2 cardiacs filled and staffed, and my mom came in, so they had to open a third one, and that means they had to call in staff and everything. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call from the hospital, and they're like, "We're sorry to bother you, but do you happen to know where your mother is?" "Excuse me?" "She had a heart attack. She's in your hospital." "Well, she's missing." My mother got up. There was a sliding glass door and a set of stairs. She went out the sliding glass door, got dressed, out the sliding glass door, up the stairs, flagged down a cab, and went home. After that, every time I dropped her off in the hospital for any reason, I took all her damn clothes and shoes with me. Yeah, she was a wily one. And she wasn't like, that wily old lady. She was just a stubborn old broad. Just very stubborn. She was like that till the end. All right. So we are working in the Little Birdie Botanical Garden set. Making a journaly thing. Let me see if I can find the journaly thing. Okay, it's under the desk. All right, we have a journaly thing. I did nothing on this last night, like I said I was going to. So, yeah, I know, I'm fired. So we picked a half a dozen of these gigantic journaling cards and said, we might like these. There are smaller ones. So what I thought we'd do is we'd pull those out real quick. And we'd pull ones that aren't these, All right. All right, so we could use this one. We can use this one. We could use that one. We can use that one. But we can't use this one. Can't use that one. Can't use that one. We can use that one. Can't use that one. Can't use that one. We can use this one. Can't use that one. Okay. So these ones we can use. These we can put away. We will put them in the box. Because I don't want to duplicate if I can avoid it, It's a horrible thing. All right. Yeah, it's just annoying. But you know what? There were times when she was right, I was here in Vegas one time, and she called me. She had gone in to have gastric bypass surgery, and she was in a lot of pain. And so she kept calling for the nurse. Well, I get this phone call, and it's somebody I don't know, a voice on the other end of the line, but it's coming from the hospital prefix. So I answer the phone, thinking maybe it's the doctor or the nurse or something, and I have medical power of attorney, so if they have to do something, they'd have to contact me to do it. It's her roommate. The nurse had come in and basically detached her call button So she had used the phone to call, this is my mother. She'd used the phone to call the hospital switchboard and then asked for the unit, so that the nurse answered the phone and she complained on the phone. So the nurse then comes in and unplugs her phone. And the battery on her cell phone was dead. So her roommate made the call for her because the phone wouldn't reach and neither one of them could get out of the bed. They both just had the same surgery. So I'm sitting there and I've got this phone call from this woman and I'm like, what? So they unplugged her call button, unplugged her phone because they didn't want to deal with her. Oh, hell no. And at the time, my husband and I only had one vehicle, and he needed it for work. This was many years ago.
Call from the 888-315-2986. Call from the 888-315-2986.
No idea what the hell that is. So her roommate there is telling me what the nurse did. So only having one car, I found the fastest way out of Vegas, which happened to be a bus. So I got on a Greyhound bus, and I'm a germaphobe, so yeah. I get on a Greyhound bus with my son, who was like 8 or 9 at the time, because my daughter's old enough to watch herself, but not old enough to watch her brother, and her dad works late into the night. So she's going to stay at a friend's house, and I don't have anything to do with him, so I take him with me. I get to the bus depot. My mom lived in Long Beach. I get to the bus depot in Long Beach, and I had called ahead to have a friend meet me there. And they met me there and dropped me at my mother's. I then had the neighbor let me in because he had a key because he was watching her dog. Got her car keys, got her car, left my son with my mom's friend there that lived in the building. And like they all knew I was livid. And I went up to the hospital. And I got to the hospital and I pushed the button on the ward. And this nurse comes on the intercom. It's a locked ward. And she's like, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm here for Patricia Smith," who was my mother. And she says, "She can't have any visitors right now. We're getting her ready to go to the nursing home." I said, "Excuse me?" "She cannot have any visitors right now. We are preparing her to go to the nursing home." "Why is she going to a nursing home?" "Because she can't take care of herself." I said, "You need to open the door." She said, "No." I opened it. Unfortunately for her, I had been, before I moved to Vegas, I was the food manager for that hotel, for that hospital. So I had all of the codes to all the doors. I had the master code because I had to be able to get on the units when I had dietary issues, and stuff. So, so I opened it up, and as I was pulling into the hospital, I had called ahead and I called the patient advocate and I told her, I said, "I'm livid. My mother's on the ward and I'm on my way up." So the patient advocate showed up right after I did. And the nurse was like trying to call security and she was going to have me arrested. And because I broke into the unit, and I'm like, "Lady, I didn't break in. I pushed the button." Okay. The patient advocate comes in behind me, and the patient advocate is like, first off, this is her daughter. She has power of attorney. You are going to do whatever she says. Why are we sending this woman to a nursing home without authorization? The nurse got fired. This charge nurse got fired. And I walked in and looked at my mother, who was laying in the bed, wrapped up in the sheet in obvious pain. They had taken her clothes. I was like, give me her clothes. I said, get the doctor up here. Is there any reason why this woman cannot leave the hospital? The doctor said, no, she can leave anytime she wants, as long as she's got somebody to take care of her. I said, fantastic. I'm standing right here. I looked at her. I said, woman, put your damn clothes on. She got dressed as quickly as she could. I looked at the patient advocate and I said, wheelchair? She goes, already on its way. And I took her downstairs into the no parking zone that I was parked in, put her in the car, and drove her little butt home. Oh, yeah. She used to do all kinds of stuff like that. Walked out of a hospital, ticked off a nurse. She'd take her stitches out. Ugh. It was pulling. Well, that doesn't mean you take it out. It was pulling for a reason. It was for tension. But it was pulling. Oh, yeah. She was a joy. Hello, Vanessa. I remember taking her to when I took her to what do they call that thing? Where old folks go to die. Hospice. Yeah, in Vegas, old folks go to one or two places to die, hospices or casinos. So I'd taken her to the hospice, and we had arranged for, the ambulance to come and the whole 9 yards. And so we transport her over to the hospice, and this very, very nice Scottish guy comes out. And he's one of the nurses there, and he's going to be her nurse. And he's like, oh, sweetheart, darling love, we're going to take care of you. And I went, okay, stop. And he went, what? I said, this is not a sweetheart, darling love. This is an old broad. And he went, all right, you old broad, you want to go get a shower? And she kind of smirked a little bit. He was like, oh, I got it. So he took her in and gave her a shower and made her happy and got the family comfortable and the whole 9 yards. And right up to the minute she died, old broad. Of course, I used to call her Shorty because she couldn't get in my damn truck. So I had to carry a step stool in the back of my truck whenever I had to take her to the doctor or something so she could get up there, because my mom was like 5'4". Or she said 5'4.25". She had to have that 1/4 of an inch, But she couldn't get in my truck. So I had an SUV, and I never told her this, but I would purposely put it in 4-wheel drive before I went to her house, just so it was like 2 inches taller. And that was fair, because we would drive down the street, and if I hit a pothole, she would poke me, and I would end up with these like black and blues all over my leg, where my mother would poke me with her bony little fingers, and she'd go, do you come out here and find every pothole? Yes, I do. Just for you, Ma. Of course, I never told her I always drove that thing in 4-wheel drive when she was in it so that it would bounce good. I didn't find the potholes. I just, accentuated them. Annoying old broad. Oh. All right, so we have inked some cards. Remember yesterday we decided we were going to do it all in iced spruce. Okay, let's open this puppy up. Let's see. All right, so we have these giant ones that we can put in like these bigger pockets that we put in here. Let's see if we can find more big pockets. Remember, this may not be where they stay. This is just where they're starting. Okay, I know there's at least one more giant pocket here. This is a pretty big pocket. Let's put it in here. And it fits. Oh, where has my belly band gone? Where can it be? There's a belly band. Okay. Now, I know there should be another belly band in here someplace. I remember putting 2 in. There it is. Okay. Now, we'll put in some little cards. Remember, not where they're going to stay necessarily. Just where they're kind of hanging out. All right, so that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, so we still have 14 open pockets in this one. And we're looking pretty good. It's not too bad. Okay. Alrighty. So let's get out our box of ephemera. We still have our circles. We have the washi tape we picked out for this one. Some flowers. Some butterflies and other pieces. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of move everything over to this side. So I can take this one piece out, makes life easier for us. By us, I mean me. Now, I have these. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these before, but they're like pressed tissue paper sort of thing, and they've got a little bit of dimensional in there so that you can watercolor on these, or something like that. So I'm probably going to do that. I think I'll do that off camera, and I'll do some watercolor on that. So we do have these, and these can also be used as journaling cards, and they're completely different. These images are completely different than the ones on the journaling cards. So I think we'll put these in. We'll make some journaling cards out of those. And that gets us, what do we need? 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. That's, 9 closer than we were. And then, of course, we'll make a couple of, tags for this as well. So, sitting on the desk watching this work in the journal. He's moving their hands watching intently. Hey, KK, how you doing? Hello, Renee. Well, I'm interesting. Dogs love me. What can I say? I'm going to turn on the light so I can see what the hell's going on here. Harry loves me. He doesn't know what he's doing. So let's take a look and see if these are, can we use them? I think that'll work. I don't know about this. That might be a tag pocket. But I think these will work. All right. So we'll have to get these all inked up and, prepped, and they're pop outs. So, there's a little bit of a jagged piece on a couple spots. So we'll get those cleaned up, and I'll get them inked later, and we'll put them in here. And it's washi tape time. So we have this beautiful silver washi tape, and we have this little floral washi tape, this pink, which I think is fantastic for this, and then this like sort of a rose gold, which I think works really well as well. Then there's this other floral one and this little green one. We got just a little bit of the green left, but we have some, so we can use it. So we're going to put some washi in here. That means mousy tape roller. See, it's not so bad when I go slow with it. So I got to tell you guys this one because I thought it was fantastic. A while back on a scavenger, I had found a box of like blue paper, and sometimes they put like a little bit of something at the top and it's different in the middle. And so we were standing in line to pay for stuff, and I'd found this box, and it said it was one thing, and when we looked at it, it was something different. So the Amy and I are standing in the aisle there, and we're looking at this box of paper, and I said, I think it's like, it feels really weird. Like, I know what it feels like, but it's not computing in my head what it is. And I'm pretty good at the feel the paper, tell you what it is trick. And so the Amy and I are in the line, and we are like looking at this paper and feeling it, and neither one of us can figure it out. We're like, I don't know, it's like familiar, but I don't know what it is. And then I said, I think it's like weird tissue paper. She goes, yeah, I think so. We didn't intend to, but we ended up buying it because it was a really, really busy day at the store, and it was huge lines. And at that point, we just wanted out of the store. So I just bought everything that I had in the basket at that point. And so we got it home, and I just kind of tossed it in the side room where I keep, my stuff before I put it in the sales, before I put it in the shop. Because when stuff comes in, I have to clean it and sort it and photograph it and repackage it if necessary. Because sometimes, the bags are torn up or something. And I want you guys to get it that way. So I kind of, left it in there. And the other day I was in there just getting stuff together because I have a sale tomorrow. And I saw that box of paper. And so I tore the tape off of it and I opened it up and I really looked at it and I went, no, it can't be because it's blue. It's blue. It can't be. It can't be. And I picked it up and I looked at it, and sure enough, it's watermarked. It is blue onion skin. It's not dyed because the color is consistent. This was made this way. It is blue onion skin. It is fabulous. Hey, Janice. Yes. Yes. Yes, we petted it. Amy and I both took turns petting it. So I got blue onion skin. Have no idea. Amy and I both looked at each other like, what? So I have blue onion skin. You know what that means, right? That means soon you all shall have blue onion skin. Because it's going to end up in a paper pack. Yep. Airmail paper. Absolutely. Yes, 8.5 by 11. I'm going to go get it. Hold on. Your fish. core is fine and he's alive. Okay. Hey, Kristen. All right, let me move this real quick so we can see this. So yeah, so it comes here and it says that this is white, 100% cotton fiber resin. And this is what all, it was taped here. So this was all we could do was touch. And I was like, I don't know, maybe it's tissue. It was really weird. So I opened up the box and I was thinking, there's got to be, regular paper at the bottom here. And so I started digging. And there's no regular paper at the bottom. There's just this. And I went, So I picked it up and I looked at it. And I went, Miller Falls onion skin. It's airmail paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, it's, and the feel. And ready? And it has a beautiful patina on it already. Yep, that's going to go in some paper packs. Or I might just hoard it. You never know. Okay, back to the book. Where were we? Oh, yes, we were here on this page. And we were thinking about putting in some washi tape. Okay, what did we do in the last one? We did that. Okay, and then we did that one. Okay, so on this one, I think I'm going to do this pretty silver. Yep. Right here. Yeah, so sometimes, we're like, because we just had the same situation, but it was reversed just before, it was just before Christmas. We had gone to do a little thrifting, a little scavengering. We were getting sandwiches. Thrift stores right there. Figured, what the heck? And so we're in there, and we did the regular. I dropped Amy off at the books, and I walk my pattern. In this particular one, you go in the door, you turn to the right, there's the books. I dropped the Amy off. Right there is a wall. That wall is the wall of bags. So I look at that wall. About halfway down is the office supply aisle. I check that aisle. And then I go to the back, and there's like the racks where they have all of the yarns and threads and patterns and all that stuff. And I look at that, and then if there's nothing that, strikes my fancy, then I go over and check the kids because, flashcards and things like that. Amy's always looking for those. Well, on this particular one, we'd gotten in the store, and we weren't in there but 5 minutes. And I dropped Amy off, gone down the bag wall. And I was turning into the office aisle when I noticed a box. And I was like, oh, that's weird, because it was underneath the shelf. And I thought, okay, maybe it's an empty box. So I just kind of ignored it, and I looked, and there was some stuff, but there wasn't a whole lot. And I looked back over as I was leaving the aisle, and I realized there were 3 boxes. So, okay, let me see. So I pulled one out, and right at the top of it, taped to the top, was an envelope. And I went, oh my God. So I opened up the box, and it was full, completely full. And I went, oh. for the price, Amy needs these because, you know, she loves envelopes. She loves to put them in the kits. You guys love envelopes. Oh, well, that's nice. So, I picked it up and I put it in, and then I grabbed the second one, and the second one had the same envelope on it, and I was like, oh wow. I don't know if she can use two, but for this price, you know, we'll get it now, worry about that later. Then I pulled the third one out, and the third one had one of those, you know, like this kind of an envelope, but it was bigger. It was and it wasn't a 6x9, and it wasn't a 10x13. It was 9x12. So it was a different size than we normally see. And I was like, oh, I didn't even bother to open the box. I put the boxes in the basket. I go get Amy and I go, it's time to go. And she goes, but we just got here. And I point at the basket. She goes, okay. That's the way it works. I have to, like, if I don't want to wear out the mojo in a store, when I do find that, you know, the golden bucket, you know, whatever the golden item is, we get, because I don't want to wear out my mojo. And so we go up and we pay for everything, and we got home, and she goes, do you want any of those, or, you know, what do you want? And I said, no, just, you know, the big envelopes, give me, like, you know, a dozen of those or something, and the rest of them are yours. She's like, okay. So she comes in and she takes the one off. She writes me a note on it, like, you know, go get your envelopes, or are you sure that's all you want, or whatever. And she went to bed, and I got up and I see the note, and I was like, yeah, I'll deal with this later. I'll tell her later. So I was cleaning up some stuff the other day, and I was like, oh, you know what? I better get those envelopes before she gets to dying, because she'll think I already got them. And so I went outside and I looked and I couldn't find the box. And I said, hey, and she comes out, and we look through the boxes. And we can't find it. We figured out what happened. Because there's 3 boxes. They're all open, and they all have the same envelope in them. So we think somebody just accidentally taped the wrong envelope to the top of that box. And so it was the only one, and the rest of them are all the others. So, you know, it's not the first time we've had misinformation. It happens from time to time, you know. But sometimes it's a happy accident. Sometimes you go to the bathroom and you come out and there's a whole box of dot matrix paper. That's happened. Not me. That was Amy. Come on. I hate when you put this stuff on and then it doesn't want to release. I just poked myself in the belly with my pokey tool. You will release when I tell you to. Okay. Let's get that there. This is my $1 pair of scissors that I got on my scavenger. I'm putting them through their paces. Yeah, sometimes, we'll go out and we won't find a thing, not one thing. And then I'll go out and like, for some bizarre reason, I'll find like 6 bags full of washi tape. There's never any rhyme or reason. Okay. There we go. Ice Wonderland. Ugh. Those are 2 words that should not be in the same sentence, Mary. Just no. No, please, I don't. No more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. No, thank you, please. It only makes me sneeze. I have a little bit of a torn piece of paper here, so we're going to have to work with this. So, yeah, so it's a little bit of a tear right here in the edge. Now, I just put washi tape here before I noticed it. Otherwise, I would have put the washi on the outside, but we can fix this. Let me just get all these out of here. There we go. Okay. I think that's all of them. Put these away. So I'm going to ink this real quick. So let me just get this out. So I want to get down to Phoenix because I want to do my lace run, but the weather's been so crappy that, I've had this experience before where I'm trying to get down to, and I told you guys about it the other day. I'm trying to get down to Arizona and it just breaks out in a snowstorm and we get stuck in the middle of nowhere. Well, I don't want to, be in that situation because that's not fun. So, and our weather's been so weird the last week. Since before Christmas. been so weird. Okay, so all I'm going to do here to kind of fix the issue is I'm just going to put a tab there, and then I'll build the rest of my tabs around this. So we're going to use there we go. So I'm just going to cover the tear with a tab, and then, we can build the rest of our tabs around that. So we have a few tabs we can put in here. I'm actually going to go to, first I'm going to go to Peoria, one of the subdivisions there, because that's where Miss Janie Sills lives, and I love to go down and see Miss Janie. And we'll do a little shopping and stuff, and then I'll actually go into Phoenix and into Mesa. My brother-in-law lives in Mesa, so I'll go in and say hey and do lunch, do some lace shopping, and hit the road and come home. So I'll go down, spend an afternoon with Janie, spend the night, get up in the morning, see the brother-in-law, the niece, if she's in town. She's not. She's on a cruise ship right now. She's actually working on a cruise ship. But, I'll see the niece, and off we will go. Now, see this? I like this. It looks to me like flowers, like just the way that it's done. It looks like flowers. So I'm not going to mess with this. Is that it? Nope, that's not a tear. Okay. But yeah, I will go down and see the Janie and visit with some family. I may even run into Tucson. Yeah, I love the flea market. I had just decided what I was going to put on here, and I used a thin piece of tape because I'm going to put the green on here. Yeah, so I'll do an overnight to Phoenix. And then coming back, depending upon what time I get out of Phoenix, I may stay in Kingman or Bullhead City. I may actually do Phoenix and then swoop around and do Lake Havasu. And I'll tell you why. If I go on Craigslist, there's like hundreds of crafters that are down in Lake Havasu that are like destashing their stuff. And so what I'll do is I'll set it up to where I'm going to see them all on one day. And for their safety, I will have them meet me someplace in a public place. And I'll just have them meet me one after the other. So I'll have like a 1 o'clock, a 1:30, a 2 o'clock, a 2:30, a 2:45, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. This looks like some kind of Michelangelo print going on up here. You know what I'm talking about, David. This is the rest of him, okay? So we're going to get rid of this. So we're going to cover this up. So
Okay, I'm coming.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of, no, hold on. Yes, I'm going to do this. I wasn't going to, but then I'm going to. So, all right. So we'll put a piece of this on here. And then if I decide to put lace on here, I still have room to put lace. All right. Hey, what do you want from me? We had a little Michelangelo thing going there. Can't have that. But yeah, Lake Havasu is nice. It's a scavenger dream, let me tell you. And there's a couple of like antique shops kind of in that loop. So it's a fun trip. But I don't want to get into a situation where, you know, I've got snow and I get snowed in someplace. Because last time I did it, I did that in a 4-wheel drive and I still had to stay overnight. I don't have a 4-wheel drive anymore. Now I have this really nice, comfortable touring car, you know, so that Amy and I can have comfort as we travel. And kind of kills the whole snow thing. But this car is really built for comfort as opposed to utilitarian use, unlike my truck. But yeah, Hopper has decided that my days of 4-wheel driving and speeding, apparently, because it's a 4-cylinder, that he doesn't know I can get it up to 100. Give me an open road. Yeah. My days of speeding apparently and 4-wheel driving are over, according to him. He bought me a sedate grandma car. Bless his heart. Amy and I will still make a 7-hour drive in 6.5 hours, 6 hours and 15 minutes. Because yeah, it's a thing. I don't know how to not speed, and I'm good at it. So you know, all right. So I think we have all the washi in. We're gonna put. I might come back and add a little bit here and there, but we have the basic washi in at this point. All right, let's close this up, and then we'll deal with those tabs because we have one tab in our journal, and it looks silly. All right, so tape. Let's put this washi tape away for the moment. Let's get our tabs that we have pre-cut out. Ink. We'll get these all inked up so that we can put them in. So it's a nice little trip. Boulder City sometimes surprises me, and it has some really good stuff. Lake Havasu is kind of a gold mine. And then Phoenix, Mesa, Apache Junction, I always have fun when I'm there, So. All right. Creative play every day in the house. Hey, hey. And Miss Thelma Moriarty, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the iced spruce. All right, so we're dealing with this issue. So we had one tear, and let's just look to make sure that we don't have any others that we need to deal with before we start willy-nilly slapping things in here. That might be the only one. Okay. All right, that's the only one. I don't see any others. All right, so that means we can put our tabs wherever we want. Let's see where we're at here. New. Maybe here. Let's take a look. All right, so I'm going to put one here. Just checking for measurement. Go right about there. All right. So that's 2. And then we have to put 2 on this front. 8. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so let's take a look. Right here. And then I'm going to put the last one right here. So I think next spring, the big scavenger trip, I think, is going to be up north. I think we're going to head up through Utah into Colorado, over kind of going into the coast. We'll go out to the coast and then back down California. And that'll be, our standard 10-day trip. All right, so now we have all 4 tabs in there, and they're kind of spaced out. I like it. Kind of different. Okay. All righty. Get that over there. Oh. Okay, so far, it's looking pretty good, but we do need to make some tags for this. I'm going to do a couple of tags.
Take it nice. No. Nice. No self-control dog.
She's a dog. She doesn't have self-control.
Some dogs do.
Well, not her.
I've seen the video.
All right.
Put this treat on your nose. Wait for it.
Let's see if there's anything in here we want to make a tag out of. This sort of says tag, doesn't it? Like boom, 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 boom. Like cut it, cut it, cut it, tag, 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 tag. So we'll put that to the side for the moment. Too busy to be a tag. Okay. Let's just start cutting this up and see if we like it. You know, we might not. Who knows? Helps if you put the cutter up in the right direction. Okay. So let's cut these strips. Now, cut this down. I'm only going to get one on this one. But that's okay, because that is pretty cool. We could use that for something else. So let's do this one. If I'm really careful. Kidding. All right. Let's go to 6 there. These half. This one. All right. So we said we were going to do a couple of tags. We get a couple of tags out of it. So let's go ahead and where has my tag piece gone? Oh, where can it be? A tag jig. All right. You thought you were getting away, but you did not. Okay, and on this side, cut this down. All right. There she blows. Doing the fancy schmancy corners, you know. It's all schmancy. Clearing the table. Hey, Lizzie. Alrighty. God, I keep putting this away and then having to take it back out. I just need to leave it out while we're working. Bottom line. All right, so I'm going to ink this up real quick. All right, so for our 12 of 22 challenge, my 12 of 22 challenge, we already have one entry, one submission. I don't want to say entry, it's a submission, really. One submission from our very own Frances, and she's posted it on the Facebook page. So if you're part of the group, you go over there and you check it out. And if you're not part of the group, you can ask to be part of the group and we'll get you in there. I don't have Arlene today. Hey, Christine. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Let me see here. All right, I got it. Copy. Minimize. Hey, Don. All right, that is the link to my Facebook group. So if you want to join, just go ahead and click on the link. Go over there, and 9 out of 10 times it just goes ahead and automatically adds you. So, oh, let me get this crapodile out. Crapodile. All right, and poke a hole.
Really?
All right, got a hole. I'm going to use these big ones. I have not used these yet, so I'm going to use these big ones. Why? Because I can. All right, so we're going to do this one first. Yep, just like that. Okay, here we go. All right, I got that on there. I think this might be too much for this one, though. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to kind of cover the flower. So I think we'll use a little one on this one. We got the right color, just the wrong size. Okay, so let's try this. Okay. Hey, get back in the hole. This is enough of a problem without you popping into the hole. There we go. Okay. All right. Done. Frozen.
Get out of there.
Arlene's frozen today. No. You know, her sister could be down. She could be sleeping. That's always important.
Naps.
Well, with Arlene's, some of Arlene's health issues, it's kind of hard for her to sleep. So when she gets the urge to sleep, go. I mean, not that I don't miss her, because I do, because, if I say something, there's a link. It just, Arlene is like, by and large, by and far, one of the best ever moderators I've ever known. You go, I think I have a video on that, and she has the video, and it's already in the chat. Oh, she is amazing. So, all right, so we have these, and we're going to use seam binding because it's a botanical journal. Where did we put all the seam binding? There, way up there. Okay. This box has gotten bigger. Hey, come out of there. Get in the bag. I don't want to be in the bag. Get in the bag. I don't want to be. All right. All right, that might be the one right there. Hold on. All right, we're going to get rid of this heavy box. Okay. All right. All right. In through the back. Come on. All right, that one. And I'm thinking this here, which I have to tell you, I use more of this color, I find, than any of the other colors I get. Look, that's all I got left. I think I used a lot of it during Halloween, because it's kind of that orange peach color. I have one more tag's worth left. I have to get more. Okay. 2 tags. And now we have to figure out what we're going to do with them, because we don't want to do a lot because they already have this piece on it. So I think this is going to be tomorrow's project. We're going to work on these. All right, I'm going to get these inked up off camera so that they can go into the journal. We're going to do these tomorrow. And I'm going to do a video on this. We're going to do that. I'm going to watercolor that. So I'll do a video on that. And so I have a lot of work to do. And I do have a sale tomorrow. So I'm going to go live in the morning as normal. And then I'll have the sale in the afternoon. So I will do my live, then clean up from that, and then do the sale. Okay. Alrighty. And then immediately during the sale, I'm going to give you a sale code for the shop, and I'm going to set a sale in my Etsy shop. You know, new year. We're going to do a new year. So we're going to do a new sale. I'm going to put a new sale in there. And it is only going to be, you know, it's not going to be, I'm not going to publicly, it's basically going to just be people that are in the sale. All right, I'm going to put these papers over with the rest of them. I should probably put them in the envelope. They're small enough now. Let me get them in the envelope. Look, envelope. Oh. Small enough cuts of paper in there. This goes here. These are going to still work on today, so I will leave these on board so I remember to do it. Yes. Let's see, where are we at? And that's, you know, that's kind of where we're at. So I have sale tomorrow. I will put up the announcement today. At some point, I will get it up, and I'm going to go live. I'm hoping I can get it up today. I may have to put it up tomorrow after the live, but we're going to have a live sale tomorrow. We're going to have our regular live tomorrow. And then Saturday, the video is going to go. This Saturday is the first video in the Journal with Me Little Golden Book series. And that's going to take probably 3 weeks, I think, to complete that. It may take longer if people, you know, if depending upon how people decide to do it, because there's going to be some options. But for me, it's going to be a 3-class series, I believe. So, and then we're going to move on to making a journal just like the one we're doing here, where we're using an existing book, and I'm going to show you how to cover it and everything. So we'll do that. And then once that one is done, then we're going to move into the build a book from scratch. And I am still putting the kit. Amy and I are still working on that. We're getting the kit put together to determine, you know, what's going to be in it before we put it in the shop to sell. And so that will be, you know, that will be available probably in my February sale and in the shop starting then. But that's it. So if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go and hit that red button for me and subscribe, like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends, and your friends can be my friends can be your friends, and our friends can all be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. I go live on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 11, 12, and 1 across the country, and the rest of the world can figure it out for themselves because I'm not that good at math. Now, starting Saturday, January the 8th of 2022, I will be doing a special live in the afternoon that will coincide with the release of a free Build-A-Book class that I'm doing, starting with the Little Golden Book, and then an upcycle book, and then a Build-A-Book. And that's a lot, isn't it? Okay. So we'll be live for that. Now, is there anything else? I have a sale on the 7th of every month, regardless of what day it is. So if it falls on a Monday, we do it on a Monday. If it falls on a Wednesday, we do it on a Wednesday. It's the 7th of every month. Every month, it's the 7th. That's it. So when people ask me and they go, what day are you having a sale? I'm going to say the 7th. That's it, guys. That's all I have for you. I upload videos on Mondays and Wednesdays. And that's it. So until I see you again, stay safe, guys. Bye-bye.